What is the approximate carbon content range in cast iron? Option B 2% to 4%. In which forms is carbon primarily present in grey cast iron? Option B flake graphite. Which type of cast iron is known for having a crystalline white fracture structures? Option C white cast iron. Why does grey cast iron have a grey appearance when fractured? Option D due to the presence of flake graphite. Which of the following is a primary characteristic of white carbon cast iron? Option D very hard and brittle. How is malleable cast iron produced? Option B by heat treatment, annealing of white cast iron. Which additive is used to produce nodular or ductile cast iron? Option D magnesium and or calcium. What is the main advantage of grey cast iron for use in machine beds? Option D excellent compressive strength. In malleable cast iron, in what form does the carbon exist? Option B tempered carbon noodles. Which type of cast iron is most suitable for wear resistant parts like crushing roller? Option B white cast iron. What shape does graphite takes in nodular cast iron? Option C sphere or noodles. Which of the following is an application of grey cast iron? Option C internal combustion engine cylinders. What make white cast iron difficult to machine? Option A the presence of cementite make it very hard. Which material is used as a flux in the production of cast iron? Option B limestone. Ductile cast iron is also known as option C nodular cast iron. What property is significantly improved in malleable cast iron compared to white cast iron? Option A machinability and toughness. Which type of cast iron has the best dumping capacity? Option C grey cast iron. The raw material for malleable cast iron is option C white cast iron. Which of these components is typically made for nodular cast iron? Option A gears and crankshafts. What happened to the carbon in white cast iron? Option A it remains chemically combined with iron. Which of the following is not a type of cast iron? Option D wrought iron. What is the primary role of coke in the melting of iron? Option B as a fuel and reducing agent. Grey cast iron is relatively option C inexpensive. Which cast iron has the highest tensile strength among the following? Option B nodular cast iron. Agricultural tools are often made of option D grey cast iron. The process of making malleable iron involves keeping the metal at option C high temperature for a long time. What effect does the spherical shape of graphite have in nodular iron? Option D it increases ductility and toughness. White cast iron is used for mile liners because of its option C abrasion resistance. Which cast iron is suited for part requiring dimensional accuracy? Option B malleable cast iron. If a cast iron contains carbon in combined form, it is option B white iron. The strength of nodular cast iron is often compared to option D steel. Internal combustion engine flywheel are typically made from option B grey cast iron. What is tempered carbon? Option D graphite in the form of nodules in malleable cast iron. Which of these is not a component used in the melting of cast iron? Option D plastic plates. Nodular cast iron has high dash resistance. Option A shock. The tensile strength of grey cast iron is option C relatively low. Machining is easiest on option D grey cast iron. Abrasion resistance is a key feature for which iron? Option D white iron. Ductile iron is highlighted for its use in option C crankshafts. Which of the first material mentioned as the source for making cast iron? Option B pig iron. The annealing process for malleable iron is a dash process. Option C slow special treatment. What characterized the fracture of grey cast iron? Option C dull and grey. Which iron is used for hubs in automotive or machinery applications? Option A malleable cast iron. The carbon content in cast iron make it option C brittle but with a low melting point. Which elements addition especially distinguish the production of ductile iron? Option B magnesium. Grey cast iron, good compressive strengths make it ideal for option B machining bases. Hardness is the definition characterized for option C white cast iron. Which iron would you use for a part that must withstand high wear but no impact? Option B white iron. The materials discussed in the context of option C engineering materials. Which of the following describes the fluidity of cast iron? Option A it has high fluidity, good for casting. Thank you.